Blackout the system. I repeat, blackout the system. Have you heard of this? September 17th, they're really trying to make this a real deal. Please let me explain what this is. That means no spending any money at all. No work, no economic transactions whatsoever. And so this blow they're planning for would be historic, right? So even though it's just 24 hours, let me break this down to you. So our U.S. daily GDP, right? That's gross domestic product. That's about $28 trillion a year. Divide that by 365, you get about $76.7 billion a day in total economic output. So if half the country froze activity for one day, you're talking about 38 billion in GDP, which would be disrupted in just one day. So retail and customer spending. So customer spending accounts are about 68%, right? So that's 52 billion in one day. Now, if half the population spent $0, that means $26 billion would be lost. Retail, dining, travel, fuel, online sales, and all that in just a 24-hour period. So wages and labor output. U.S. total payroll is about $12 trillion a year or $33 billion a day. So having the workforce for one day stop, you're talking about $16 to $17 billion in lost labor, right? So some sectors would catch up later. Others like restaurants, delivery, live events, they would lose it permanently. So stock market and investor, right? The sentiment there. Markets could drop 1 to 3% in a single day from panic headlines, right? That would trading would slow down, which would mean $400 to $1,200 billion in paper value money temporarily wiped out from the market. So there would be a ripple effect. Logistics, the shipping will be backlogged up to 3 to 4 days from this one instance, right? Perishable goods, grocery, restaurant, supply chains would take permanent losses from wasted product, and travel industry, airlines, hotels, ride services would lose tens of millions of dollars. So what's the bottom line? Even one day, if half the country stopped, that means that they would potentially disrupt 38 to 43 billion dollars in gross domestic product and 400 plus billion dollars in market value swings. Okay. So check this out. I broke it down. What if 5%? What if 5% of the U.S. took part in this, right? So what that means is there will be lost economic activity around $3.8 billion in goods and services for one day. Lost shipping and spending, around $2.6 billion in sales, stores, restaurants, gas stations, lost wages and work output. Talking about $1.6 billion in daily work, and the stock market would probably be hit for around $200 billion. And then from there, I also did 10%, and I just told you the 50% rough estimate, right? So that's what would happen if 5% participated in this national blackout the system day, September 17th. Now, right now, ideally, it sounds like it's still relative to the grassroots movement, but even the likes of Rosie O'Donnell